Hi, my name is Carolina Carner and I'm a teacher from Round Rock, Texas. Today we're going to get jamming with Jamboard.
So, what is a Jamboard? Okay, so I've been to tons of different conferences and I've been able to play with the Jamboard at these conferences, and they're so much fun to play with. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you can see what a Jamboard looks like. They're kind of expensive, but I was dead set on getting one for my classroom because there are so many different possibilities that you can use a Jamboard for in your classroom. You can pull up the internet, you can have an interactive lab that you pull up, and your students can go up there to the Jamboard and you can take snapshots of what they're doing and you pull them off to the side and you can label and diagram things. That's one thing you can do. You can take images and you can put them into the Jam and students can diagram those. You can have your students put sticky notes on the Jam and you can classify things into different categories. You can put a GIF into a Jam and you can watch like the water cycle, animated on this interactive whiteboard that your students can interact with. They can take GIFs and they can incorporate it into the Jam, onto their particular frame that they're working on. So there's auto draw where you can take your finger on the Jamboard and you can draw a picture of a stick figure, and it can turn it into something that actually looks like, and I can pull auto draw up. You can draw something like this on the Jamboard, and this is incorporated into the physical Jamboard, and then I can find something that kind of looks like my stick figure but better because I can't draw. But these are all things that you can do with the physical Jamboard. There's tons and tons of bells and whistles. Now, that's not the only way that you can access Jamboard. There are many different ways that you can access Jamboard. So you can do it through downloading the app to an iPad. You can also use Jamboard on Chromebooks. I don't have access to a physical Jamboard, iPad, or Chromebook on a daily basis. But I do have laptops in my classroom that I have pretty much on a daily basis, and that's what I do with my students. I use Jamboard on my laptops. So what I do personally is I upload an image of a worksheet that I've created onto a Jam. I make enough copies for all of the students in my class, and then they get to put post-it notes on there and type what they should have for their response on an answer onto the worksheet. They can put in images, they can put in GIFs. There's so many different things that you can do with Jamboard, and people don't know about jamboard.google.com because they go back and they think about the physical Jamboard and they think that that's all that Jamboard is, but you can access it on so many different devices. With the iPad and the Chromebook, if you have touch screen capability on your Chromebook, you can draw. You can have elementary school kids take their finger and like draw letters and numbers on their actual space that they have in their Jamboard Jams. So there are so many different ways that you can access Jamboard, and I've just explained a few. Okay, so let me explain how cool a Jamboard Jam is. It is just kind of like a Google Doc or a Google Slides presentation, in the fact that I can go up here and I can share it with other people. Like I can share it with my 5 different students in my class. One student can hop on a Chromebook. One student can get on an iPad. One kid could be on the physical Jamboard. We could all be in this same Jam together. They could all work on this particular frame all at once. Like we could all individually be adding different images to this one particular frame. Or I could assign each student, see up here at the top where it says 3 of 4, I could assign each one of my students a different frame in this particular Jam. And we could all be on here and they could all be creating, and I can flip back and forth on my device and check each one of these frames and see what my students are doing. And I will show you examples of this in a little bit, but it's all interconnected. You can have it be interconnected and all of your kids work on the same Jam at the same time. So how cool is that?